My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Let's pause. Am I done with? Yeah, I think I'm done with the ITV things. Not the bearded bigot being mad that he can do racism and peace. These people are unredeemable. Alright, there's no comment, so let's go straight to the retweet. Pause it. This caller says she's so angry how the royal family and the tabloids have hanged up on Prince Harry. She's sick to the back teeth of them. This is the thing here. So despite all the the media, they hijack the media to tell their crazy stuff about Harry. And Harry just goes straight to court to reveal his side of the story. And so people are knowing the truth. Alright? So 2 minutes and 29 seconds, let's listen.
With the lady before, they do build everybody up in this country and they do knock them down, and that's precisely what they've done to Harry. I get so upset about it. My husband drives him mad. I live right by them, mind. I'm 5 miles man and 7 from Charles, and I'm sick to the back teeth of them all. But the way they ganged up on Harry like they did with Diana. Okay, Harry's not perfect, but he's right to blame the press.
Well, Mike disagrees with you. You don't think they ganged up on him?
No, I don't think they ganged up on him, Andrew. You've got to remember the royal family.
Jeremy Vine, I realized with him, at least from clips that I usually share with you, when the caller is not going along with the narrative that he's for, he cut them off. And that's what he just did here. When he realized that the caller is not, for the royal family, he cut them off. Alright, so let's listen. Let me move it back slightly.
Right to blame the press.
Well, Mike disagrees with you. You don't think they ganged up on him?
No, I don't think they ganged up on him, Andrew. You've got to remember the royal family are a public institution in this country. It's been around for a millennium. And there has to be access from the public to the royal family. And traditionally, that's always been done through the newspapers. It's an arrangement which both sides have worked happily with since the Second World War. Then all of a sudden, Harry comes in, he's a breath of fresh air with Meghan, but then I think their demands, within the royal family to be treated as superstars of the family.
I don't think so.
Hard on them.
I don't think so. You guys want to intrude in their private life, and Harry's saying, no, you're not going to intrude into my private life. Look at this. Why don't you talk to William about the tax things that he's not sharing with the public? This is where your focus should have been. Why William, who's being funded by taxpayers, and they just get increased? Okay, he had the Duchy of Cornwall, and he decided not to share certain tax information. So what's going on with that? Harry said, no, I'm not good. Harry was born into it. He didn't ask to be born into it. His father decided to make a deal with the devil, and then he wants his children to make a deal with the devil. And Harry said, no, I'm not going to make a deal with the devil. And then you guys are upset with him about that. Based on this guy's logic, so how come the press did not have any issues with the Queen? Why all of a sudden with Charles while he is the reign, the monarch? So how come the Queen did not have issues with the tabloid? Why they were not intruding into the Queen's private life? What's going on here? So this guy's logic does not make sense at all. I hope God give you a baggage to keep you occupied. Let's continue.
Do no right, and then she could do no wrong.
I don't get this point you're trying to make about them. The thing is, this is what this family they operate. They build them up. You want to think back to the 70s when Anne married
Mark Phillips.
And do you know what Charles used to call him? Foggy, because he was thick and wet. That's how they treat
Foggy.
newcomers into
You're
this
zombie,
family,
man.
and that's what they've done to Meghan. They're trying to destroy them, and the press is helping them.
They're
That's
not trying
right.
to destroy them.
Yes.
Andrew, what do you mean
No,
they're
they're
trying
their
to
family.
destroy
Why
them?
don't they stand by them then?
What do you mean?
Okay, good.
What do you mean they're trying to destroy it? Who is trying to destroy the royal family, an institution which is widely loved in this country? Nobody's trying to destroy
Briefing
anybody.
against Harry and Meghan, that's what she's saying.
No, we're not trying to destroy anybody.
You think so as well?
I think they are trying to destroy Harry and Meghan.
Why would they want to destroy them?
Well,
Carrie, why would they want to
Because they
destroy
can't be
them?
the
You
stars.
tell me.
Well,
You tell
can't
me.
be the stars.
You made the accusation.
Because if you look at everything that Princess Kate does, Princess Catherine does, she can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Meghan can do no right, even if she does exactly the same
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
There is, whatever you want to call that, whatever the narrative is behind that, whatever value system people have that they put on her, their own racism or whatever, there is bad press about Meghan and great, unendingly great press about
Thanks to all. I've got this. Pause it there, Mike. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Meghan.
Later, it's the papers and everything else we'll be
Good.
discussing, Amanda.
I'm glad that woman in yellow say something. Okay, dude with the white beard act like the corrupt media didn't hack the phone and voicemails of Harry and many others' phone, put trackers on cars, suppress negative but true stories about his loathsome family in exchange for printing lies fed to them by said loathsome family about Harry and Meghan.
She was the villain. She was the third person in the marriage. She needed to rehabilitate her image.
You and your brother both directly asked your dad not to marry Camilla.
Yes,
Why?
we didn't think it was necessary. We thought that it was going to cause more harm than good, and that if he was now with his person, that surely that's enough. Why go that far when you don't necessarily need to? We wanted him to be happy, and we saw how happy he was with her. So at the time, it was okay.
You wrote that she started a campaign in the British press to pave the way for a marriage, and you wrote, I even wanted Camilla to be happy. Maybe she'd be less dangerous if she was happy.
Mm-hmm.
How was she dangerous?
Because of the need for her to rehabilitate her image.
That made her dangerous.
That made her dangerous because of the connections that she was forging within the British press. And there was open willingness on both sides to trade of information. And with a family built on hierarchy, and with her on the way to being Queen Consort, there was going to be people or bodies left in the street because of that. After our private summits with her, she began to play the long game. A campaign aimed at marriage and eventually the crown. With Pa's blessing, we presumed. Stories began to appear everywhere, in all the papers, about her private conversation with Willie. Stories that contained pinpoint accurate details, none of which had come from Willie, of course. They could only have been leaked by the one other person present.
Mentioned we'll be sharing exclusive unaired portions of Oprah's interview throughout the broadcast. In this first clip, Prince Harry discusses how he says racism played a role in the couple's decision to leave the UK. Take a look.
Did you leave the country because of racism?
It was a large part of it. I remember that the Santa Bali fundraiser.
Yes.
One of the people at that dinner said to me, "Please don't do this with the media. They will destroy your life." This person is friends with a lot of the editors and other. And I said, "Sorry, just elaborate. What do you mean by that?" Obviously, I knew. But he said, "You need to understand that the UK is very bigoted." And I stopped and I said, "The UK is not bigoted. The UK press is bigoted, specifically the tabloids. Is that what you mean?" He goes, "No, the UK is bigoted." And I said, I completely disagree. But unfortunately, if the source of information is inherently corrupt or racist or biased, then that filters out to the rest of society.
The institutional role, why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife. You know, the family motto is never complain, never explain, but it's just a motto. And it doesn't really hold...
There's a lot of complaining and a lot of explaining.
Endless.
Private, being done through leaks.
Through leaks. They will feed or have a conversation with the correspondent, and that correspondent will literally be spoon-fed information and write the story, and then the bottom of it they will say that they've reached out to Buckingham Palace for comment. But the whole story is Buckingham Palace commenting. So when we're being told for the last 6 years, we can't put a statement out to protect you, but you do it for other members of the family, there becomes a point when silence is betrayal.
Alright, so that's that. Let's get to the next tweet. Alright, so I think that's the same thing, is it? Okay, if we can take away one old man from a platform, then our world is finding peace and justice. All the reason for Gen Z to thrive without the control of the royal family, Rupert Murdoch, who likes to fantasy themselves like Hitler and their henchmen ruling over anything. It's time to wake up. Okay, justice. So that's a retweet. There's no comment. Is that the same thing that I just... Okay, let's see here. Or is it a...
You use the word enmeshment. I would say working relationship.
Okay,
There's
so
always
that's
been
different.
a working relationship.
So that's different. Okay, make it make sense. The tabloids on trial bullied Prince Harry publicly for years, targeted, harassed, and cruel to him, and invade his privacy. This clown is asking why is Harry fighting them so publicly. Is he okay? Oh my goodness. This is why I said God needs to give him a baggage.
You use the word enmeshment. I would say working relationship. There's always been a working relationship between the royal family and the press. When Diana was alive and I was the news editor of the Daily Express, we knew where Diana was going to be all the time, because we used to get mysterious phone calls from people saying, oh, by the way, and if she had something to promote, a new dress or something like that. Now, that's the relationship between the press and the royal family. We don't chase you around if we know where you are sometimes. We don't chase you around if we know where you are sometimes.
So let's listen to this guy. We don't chase you around if we know where you are sometimes. What does that mean? So if Harry's going on a vacation, okay, with his family, privately, he's not doing anything publicly for the royal family, for the institution. So these people should know where he's at. Why is that? What? I would like to see when he and his family going on a private vacation and then there's camera all over his face. I would like to see how he react about that. What kind of thing is that? This is the thing Harry always say. He wants to separate between the private and public.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
But these people want to mangling on everything that he does.
There's always been a working relationship between the royal family and the press. When Diana was alive and I was the news editor of the Daily Express, we knew where Diana was going to be all the time, because we used to get mysterious phone calls from people saying, oh, by the way, and if she had something to promote, a new dress or something like that. Now, that's the relationship between the press and the royal family. We don't chase you around if we know where you are sometimes.
So Harry says to his family, I'm really sorry, but my phone was hacked and I've been treated despicably, and they leaked Meghan's letter. I'm going to go after them, if necessary, for years. The royal family said, no, don't do that, because we need the press on side. Harry says, I'm going to do it anyway.
Well,
you're blaming him for that?
No, I'm not blaming him for that. Phone hacking.
I'm surprised that's coming from Jeremy Vine. I'm surprised that's coming from Jeremy Vine. Because the nonsense I usually hear from him. Working relationship. Why are you forcing him to work with you when he doesn't want to? If he's going somewhere privately that has nothing to do with working royal, why do you need to know that? Oh my God.
Is criminal and it's offence, and any publications who did it should rightfully face the law, and they have. And huge amounts of money they've paid out, not just to Prince Harry, but to other people. But William, for instance, had a row.
Where is the punishment for the wrongdoing? Paying people out doesn't solve the problem, and they continue. That's the thing, they continue it. Oh my Lord. Okay, he's talking about William now.
It's the law, and they have. And huge amounts of money they've paid out, not just to Prince Harry, but to other people. But William, for instance, had a row with tabloid press and did an out-of-court settlement behind the scenes to try and get it sorted as quickly as possible. Why you have to go so public as Harry is, I do not know, unless...
Because he's on a mission.
He is on a mission.
And then you guys are lying about things that's happening. Because if you were writing the truth, maybe he didn't have to go to court and prove himself, because everything you write about him are lies, making William look like the biggest saint that ever existed. Meanwhile, he took the money and shut his mouth. And then he sent the papers to go after him. When Harry was working well, he had control over Harry.
And with a family built on hierarchy.
But when Harry decided to say, no, I'm not gonna take the abuse anymore, and then all of a sudden, he had to go to court and prove himself. And he even said every time he tried to do things privately, and then there's leaks and information about him that is being leaked to the public.
Why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife.
So there's no difference now that he's telling his side of the story in court, not to the tabloid, in court. Oh my Lord.
Justify why he has split so badly from the royal family. The royal family now won't talk to Harry because they know if they do, there's a danger that might turn up in print somewhere.
You heard from anyone in the palace thanking you for the, serious defense of them?
I've had some messages communicated to me on behalf of several members of the royal family.
Upper level
I'm very grateful that... Well, I'm not going to go into who it was, but what I would say is gratitude that somebody was standing up for them.
And he is trying to find a reason to say this is why it broke down.
It was such a sad situation that those two brothers, imagine if Diana was alive, seeing the two brothers not talking to each other, not even seeing each other if they're in the same city.
Oh, Lord. Okay, there's that here. Lord have mercy. Old guy is almost having a heart attack for another man. Okay, again, what is that? What is that word? Ganrenwa? Okay, whatever. The British media have ripped Harry and Meghan to shreds for years. This guy saying Harry should have just take it and been silent is ridiculous. It's not who Harry is. I'm so very happy Harry and Meghan have left the UK and have a beautiful life in California. Alright, so let's not forget, it was William who kicked him out. Whenever these things popped up, we need to make it clear. William kicked Harry out as working royals. Okay? This man works for the media. William settled, which means what they did won't be made public. Harry not settling is getting it to trial, means the public will find out what criminal behavior this scum journalist done. This man doesn't want the public to find out what they all did. And not only that, look all the things that they do, and let me not say because anyway, next week I think I'm done with no, I'm saying Jeremy Vine somewhere, so maybe some stuff will arranged differently. All right, there's this here, the real grifters. This I shared on my community board already. There's all those hashtags, not Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. There's that here. King Charles get nearly $60 million pay raise as Prince William brings in $30 million income, royal report. The Duchy of Cornwall published its integrated annual report on Thursday, July 24th, local time, revealing a distributable surplus of £23.6 million for the 2023-2024 financial year, Prince William's first full year as the Duke of Cornwall. This sum covers the officials. Okay, there's the thumbs up, and that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Did I put there was something that I saw that has the list. I shared it on my community, but I don't think I have it on the list. All right, next tweet. The hypocrisy smells. That's a retweet. There's no comment, so let's go to the retweet. Rabid royalists and monarchist derangers have clamored for Archewell Foundation and Invictus Games to publish their financial reports, which they always do, but they suddenly quiet when its Ford refuses to publish his financial reports and does so with impunity. What a joke. So there's ITV News here. Prince William has chosen to withhold more information about his finances as the Prince of Wales than his father did before him. William declines to reveal tax bill and shares less detail than his father. Alright, the monarchy is a ripoff. King Charles getting £45 million richer off backs of British people in midst of food banks, spiraling cost of living crisis, broken NHS, deepening child poverty, etc., is morally bankrupt and disgusting. He brings nothing to the table and leaves crumbs for the people. I don't know. I think this time the people vote right, but they get screwed by the politician. This is why I said young people need to vote. I have to give the UK credit. They did what needs to be done. What I was accusing them of after the 2020 election in the US, okay, where they vote for more Tories, this time they did what was right. They choose the lesser of the two evil. The evil that they put in is still in the same spot with the Tories as well. So young people need to take matter into their own hands and run for office. All right, because once they run, this is the things that's gonna happen. They're gonna flood them with money to be corrupt. So if you're gonna run for office, know why you're running for and keep your principle. I mean, I never run for office. I don't plan on running for office. I will never run for office. But that's my 2 cents on that for who wants to run, who plan on running. Okay, my sentiment exactly. Just abolish and problem solve. That's because in the UK, individuals' tax affairs are private. Well, he's taking money from public, so the thing that they keep on telling when Harry and Meghan were working royals, because they're being funded by them, by the taxpayer, so therefore they should intrude into their privacy. So that doesn't make sense anymore. Let me see, there's 5 comments here. Okay, in other countries too, he's just exposing their hypocrisy. That's all. Okay, pity this wasn't extended to William's brother and sister-in-law. It wasn't so long ago the media and haters were demanding to know how much Meghan's baby shower cost, a party thrown by her friends. Alright, so there's all of that. You could pause and read. Okay, royal rage, Meghan, you don't get to claim privacy after your star-studded baby shower and wedding that we fork out £30 million for being a royal isn't a part-time job. Okay, so there's all of that. Alright, if you receive taxpayers' money, tax affairs should be transparent. In the US of A, Trump was first president to refuse to show his tax return. Arrogant, sneaky, lazy are a few words that describe him. We ended up seeing some return in his criminal trial. Conman sued best. Alright, is the same privacy of record tax or otherwise of privacy citizen in the US. Charities or registered trash tabloid can do the legwork and filing for information. Besides, British reporters are known to go through private individual garbage in the 80s and 90s. Okay, so that's that. What else? Are we surprised? Last year, he didn't release a financial report either. Really set the tone of his future reign many moons ago. Hopefully, Labour stays long enough to power to teach him a lesson or two. The absolute monarchy has died long ago. I don't know. He's gonna get what he wants. I don't know. This has to do with the young people. Okay, Harry and Meghan are private citizen. Archewell, at least a portion of it is registered charity. The information is available to anyone that goes through a tedious process. They don't have to hand it over. Okay, shocking. Workshire really refuses to be honest about his financial record. The elites and status quo maintain their system and classism while asking us to pay taxes. Again, up to the UK. Let's go to the next one. There's two things on my screen here. Let me read this bottom up. This is 100% thumbs up. It's a private estate, just like Harry and Meghan tax affair. Oh, now you want to bring Meghan and Harry's private thing here because they're not getting taxpayers funded. But when they were over there, all of a sudden, you want to know everything. Maybe we should be seeing how much tax they both pay to. Nah, no. Okay, well, the media and the haters have always demanded to know Harry and Meghan financial business. There's all of that, what I just read. Harry and Meghan don't receive taxpayers' funds, otherwise their private tax return will be transparent. Archewell Foundation is transparent. There's that. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. God help us, help us. Next tweet. There's no caption here, just the retweet. Prince William stepped down as president of the Football Association just weeks after England suffered, I guess, a loss. There's me here. Okay, tax funded going a short way. More money for less work. The players might be happy though. Imagine the players request Harry as their patron. Okay, so I retweeted that, the grifters grift, and that's the thing I already shared already. Okay, too humiliating. There's all of that. Good. I get their childhood caused a lot of problems. I get they weren't giving therapy when truly needed it. You're not responsible what was done to you as a child, but as an adult, you have the responsibility to be a better person and choose the right path. I don't see a world. What is that about? Okay, I don't see a world where William will be an asset. Okay, let's go to the, I think there was one comment here. Come on now, be fair. He's attended a couple of matches. We'll want him getting tired from overwork, would we? Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. And this is making reference to Prince, is it Harry? Yeah. Alright, so there's that here. I have said it before and I'll say it again. Prince Harry is the only Windsor with backbone. My goodness, your mother will have been so proud of you, Harry. No wonder tabloid love Prince William. The two are not the same. Prince Harry is his mother's son. Alright, so there's Harry here. And there's that. They laugh with you and all of that if you do what they say and all of that. But once you decided to be your own person, my goodness, God help us. And we know who the enemies are. There's no comment, okay? So let's go to the next tweet. Okay, is that the same one that I did already? If it is, I'll just stop in between. Okay, exactly. We'll build everybody up in the country to knock them down. That's what happened to Prince Harry. I think that's the same one. Let me see here.
As well.
I think they are trying to destroy Harry and Meghan.
Why would they want to destroy them?
Well,
Carrie, why would they want to destroy them?
They can't be the
You
stars.
tell me.
Well,
You tell me.
You've got to tell me. You made the accusation.
Because if you look at everything that Princess Kate does, Princess Catherine does, she can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Meghan can do no right, even if she does exactly the same things.
Yeah.
There is, whatever you want to call that, whatever the narrative is behind that, whatever value system people have that they put on her, their own racism or whatever, there is bad press about Meghan and unendingly great press about
Thanks to all I call. Let's pause it there.
Yeah, that's the same thing. And the other thing as well, what have Kate done that is beneficial to the people of the UK? What has she done since she been a princess or whatever over there? In comparison to the few seconds, I literally call it a few seconds when Meghan was over there. Alright, is that the same thing? There's all of that. Okay, well, if Cary Grant thinks it is, it must be true. Yeah, it happened all the time. Oprah Winfrey, Spear, all written and told by the press. They thought everyone will sympathize with them and now realize they're nothing without. I mean, Harry wrote his thing and he moved on. Okay, at least the truth is out there for record purposes. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, the irony is that the program hasn't even been aired yet, and there are several people like you, Grant, Doreen Lawrence, and others, but it's all about Harry, and they're already twisting his word. There's that. Yeah, I'm so glad that more people are speaking out against the abusive treatment Harry and and more so Meghan received. It's long overdue. Yeah. Okay, so there's more comment. Okay, I love this Angela woman for speaking facts, 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 and facts. All they had to do was leave that man's wife alone. That's it. Yep. Okay, there's more comment. Let's move on. And this is my last one. I didn't play the video because it's the same one that I played already. Alright, so is that a thread? Okay, so this is the thread here. Alright, this is who she's always been. Alright. Oh, these are different. These are different. These are different. This is different. Okay, probably the same thing being retweeted. People's talking about it, but this is the thing that I put on the list. And then this is extra, so let's go into that. Meghan Markle organized a feed dinner and raised enough to provide 6,000 meals for people in need in 2014. But look how the UK people are suffering. Meghan was over there helping the people. Look at the cookbook and all this stuff. Princess Diana was doing almost the same thing. The people of the UK need to think really hard. Are these people in power? Are they for you or they against you? Because there was a video that I was showing on one of my videos that I recorded yesterday. A young boy who's talking about the hunger that he's facing. Sometimes they have to ration the food that they have, even though they're still hungry. They have to leave some for the next day or something like that. So why do you have to live like that? The UK is a very rich and powerful country, but why do the people in there have to live this way? And this is how Trump wants to turn America as well. Okay, go watch the first video that I did today of today's date that talk about Project 25. Alright, so let's read some of these here. The TIG Archive 10/13/2014. Hosting a dinner party is one of life's pleasures I relish in most. The relaxed revelry, the inadvertent kitchen mistakes that your friends brush off like Bridget Jones, blue soap, and the breaking of bread as a community, your close-knit circle who opt to stay in versus going to restaurant, so they laugh a little louder, help themselves to extra serving of, well, everything, and play late-night poker and reckless abandon. Anytime you host a little soiree, friends ask what they can bring, a bottle of wine, maybe dessert. So this past Friday, when my friend Nick Sorbova and I hosted a feed supper, we took a cue from Lauren Bush, founder of Feed, and flipped this idea on its head. Right? Our donation, our dinner party raised enough to provide 6,000 meals to people in need. 6,000 meals. It leaves me absolutely breathless. See, she took some pictures here. I encourage you to do the same, whether you have a simple pizza party in casa or go to a restaurant to click glasses wherever the locale, to take something as ordinary as a dinner party and shift the focus to giving back. You can learn more about the Feed project here, right, and everything you need to host your very own Feed supper. There's all of that. That's very nice. Okay, we'll rally to the cause not simply because of our communal love of cooking and eating, but because we share a spirit of giving back. So they are here just talking and having fun. With donation from all of our guests, Nick's sister Carla cooking up a storm. Can we please discuss her beautiful ravioli and food contribution from Cambridge, SUD Horno, and the Harbor Room? It was a feed supper for the ages. I'm very proud to say that with all of the generous donation, our dinner party raised enough to provide 6,000 meals to people in need. 6,000 meals. It leaves me absolutely breathless. I encourage you to do the same, whether you have a simple pizza party. Okay, this is repeating. So there's all of that. Is that okay? Friend asks what they can bring. Okay, so some of these are repetitive. You could pause your screen and read it. So that was from TIG. Okay, Meghan has always been a humanitarian, a kind and decent human. There's that. That's an ad. There's the heart. All right, these are extra. All right, so let's see here. 16 seconds. Prince Harry will forever be a better person from, okay, I had this in one of my thing here. Corrupt and lies and never-ending gaslighting from both the media and the royal family. It shows why they are after him. The zero support from his family. Explain things. Tabloids on trial. All right, let's see. 16 seconds. Okay. All right, so there's a music behind. This is extra, so I don't want to give myself work. All right, so what is that here? Let's pause. The Duke of Sussex explained why he won't bring his wife. Okay, I shared that already. Let's see here. There you have it. He will not bring his wife. Okay, so the same thing. They delete years of emails they did protecting themselves while lives left and tatter. I'm so angry and I get abused for liking Harry because his heart is in the right place. Keep your family safe, Harry. So there's that. Okay, so that's that. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And don't forget to check my shop. And I made some new shirt regarding Kamala Harris and things like that. Okay, so I have a lot to edit. Let me get started. It's 3:26 a.m. So that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better